Quad Cities, TV6 cares for you. You're watching KWQC-TV6 Davenport, celebrating 75 years. Live from the Quad Cities' #1 station for news. This is KWQC-TV6 Quad Cities Today at 11.
Topping your news at 11, for the second time in less than 5 years, the House of Representatives has voted to launch an official impeachment inquiry into a U.S. president. Thanks for joining us this midday. I'm Kiel in for Morgan Otier. The Republican-led effort is focused on President Biden this time around and his family's business dealings. As Garrett Hake from NBC reports, the vote came just hours after the president's son Hunter defied a subpoena to speak with lawmakers at closed-door hearings.
The yeas are 221 and the nays are 212. The resolution is adopted.
Republicans' months-long investigation into President Biden is now backed by a vote to launch a formal impeachment inquiry. The House voting along party lines late Wednesday to press on with an investigation of the president and his family's business dealings. Republicans arguing the move will allow them to enforce subpoenas in court as they search for evidence.
We have a simple question that I think an overwhelming majority of Americans have. What did the Bidens do to receive the tens of millions of dollars from our enemies around the world?
The Republican probe focuses on the president's son Hunter's business dealings abroad, accusing the younger Biden of profiting off the family name while Joe Biden was vice president. But so far, they've been unable to publicly demonstrate any concrete evidence that directly connects President Biden to any wrongdoing.
The Republicans are doing this for political retribution at Donald Trump's direction.
President Biden accusing House Republicans of a, quote, baseless political stunt, writing in part, instead of doing anything to help make Americans' lives better, they're focused on attacking me with lies. Earlier Wednesday, a defiant Hunter Biden, who's also the focus of a special counsel investigation and faces federal criminal gun and tax charges, appearing just outside the Capitol.
For 6 years, I have been the target of the unrelenting Trump attack machine, shouting, "Where's Hunter?" Well, here's my answer. I am here.
The president's son defying a subpoena to appear before 2 House committees for a closed-door deposition, instead offering to give his testimony at a public hearing.
In the depths of my addiction, I was extremely irresponsible with my finances. But to suggest that is grounds for an impeachment inquiry is beyond the absurd. There's no evidence to support the allegations that my father was financially involved in my business because it did not happen.
Meantime, the Federal Reserve says it's holding its key interest rate steady for the 3rd straight time. It comes after a cycle that has seen 11 hikes and the rate pushed to its highest level in more than 22 years. Committee members have already penciled in at least 3 rate cuts in 2024, although none of the cuts are guaranteed. Time to take a look outside and get a check of your first alert forecast. We have another day with blue sky and sunshine across the QCA. And what you don't see is a south wind, which has actually helped boosting temperatures with the sunshine. Temperatures right now already in the 40s area wide. We have 41 in Galena, 46 in Davenport. The mild spot is Moline, sitting at 47 degrees. So many of us are going to move across that 50-degree mark here as we head into the afternoon. And that is certainly going to be a welcome feel, especially after some colder days earlier this week. So there's your wind. It's pretty variable, generally out of the south here, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. So that south wind, along with nothing but sunshine, going to help warm those temperatures up. But already back in Kansas and Nebraska, we see some cloud cover, even some rain in Kansas. That's on the heels of our next storm system that will bring us a good chance of rain. A little bit of a change in that forecast here as we head into Saturday. But in the meantime, we are going to be left with some very nice weather today. Temperatures in the 50s, eventually dropping back to the 30s here as we head into the overnight. So it's not going to be as chilly. But as I mentioned, we are going to be tracking that rain, and we'll take a look at that full first alert forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Continuing coverage now, the Davenport City Council has approved settlement money for 3 former city staffers who were sexually harassed on the job. City Council members voted on that settlement at last night's City Council meeting. We told you last month former City Administrator Corey Spiegel had reached a $1.6 million agreement with the city. Spiegel and 2 other city staffers say they were harassed by elected leaders, and that includes former Davenport Alderman Derek Cornett, who was removed removed from the council in September. According to the meeting agenda, the council was going into a closed meeting after public comment. However, that actually happened a little sooner than anticipated when arguments broke out between the council as well as members of the public.
I'm not making any personal attacks. I'm making
I make a motion to adjourn, Your Honor.
There's a motion and a second.
To adjourn.
To adjourn to executive session. Brian, please call the roll. Run, Rash.
They were in that closed meeting for more than an hour. Once the council reconvened, they quickly took a vote and by a 6-1 decision approved each settlement for all three women. The only council member to vote against it was Alderman Tim Kelly. Also at last night's meeting, a contractor was approved for Davenport's 3rd and 4th Street conversion project. Davenport Electric was awarded the contract for changing the traffic lights in the project, converting 3rd and 4th Streets from one-ways to two-ways. The city will pay more than $2.8 million for the work. Another traffic alert to pass along to you this midday. East 53rd Street in Davenport has fully reopened. According to Davenport Public Works, after 4 years of engineering, design, and reconstruction, work is now complete. Crews say there could be a few daytime lane reductions over the next few weeks as they wrap up their work. Well, a standout powerlifting team right here in the Quad Cities is once again looking to finish at the top of the podium. TV6's Evan Denton was with the team during one of its training sessions and explains their extra motivation.
Tucked inside the Quad City Strongman Gym, the Scott County Masters are hard at work, practicing both their bench press and deadlifting skills.
They can do just about anything they put their minds to. And with the training they're getting here, they can do so much without having any kind of stigma.
According to Connie Allen, the Scott County Masters are the only Special Olympics powerlifting team in the Quad Cities.
The fact that they take so much out of it that's what I get out of it. It's just to see them progress, to see them come down here and train hard, and just to see how excited they get, it's worth everything.
A couple times each week, the Scott County Masters hold practice inside Quad City Strongman Gym. Learning from experienced lifters who say they enjoy coaching the team as well.
See that they can lift more than they think they can, for them to realize the strength that they actually had that they didn't know they had. It's one of the most amazing things about it. Just to be a small part of helping them achieve anything, it's just tremendous.
Gabe Vesey has been on the team for nearly a decade and says he looks forward to each practice and competition.
Just having fun and working out, staying strong, and I couldn't be more proud to be on the Scott County Masters team.
This year, though, each rep comes with added significance for the Scott County Masters, as they look to honor longtime coach David Allen, who passed away from cancer in February. David Allen was 65 years old.
The fact that they're still coming back, even after their favorite coach has passed away, it's a statement to them that they want to continue on.
It's been really hard for us, but we're doing this for him.
In Riverdale, Evan Denton, TV6 News.
Now, all of the Scott County Masters training leads up to the Spring Classic competition in Iowa City in March, and we wish them the best of luck. Well, coming up on Quad Cities today at 11, we'll meet an artist with an exhibition on display now at the Figge Art Museum. Figge in Focus is next.